Alright. We are live. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. I would usually do a little bit of an intro, but I think I'm just going to let the ads run today because I need to start doing some of the rather boring parts right away. If you remember from last episode, we were looking for the battery charger pieces, and I somehow managed to miss one piece and end up dying as a result, and that was extremely frustrating. I ended up cutting the episode short because of it. Today I have looked up where these pieces are. Hopefully I can actually find the last one. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but bare minimum I do need to rebuild some of this junk that I just lost. Hiya, nephew. Welcome back. How you doing? I'll make arrows again. I know I need some vine goo because I need to make a bow. Did I just drop it? I did not. Thumbs up. Well, I'm glad you're doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. A bit of a headache today, but getting by, at least as best I can. Anything fun and exciting happening in your life today? Is niece doing well now that she's home? Hopefully she did make it home. I didn't get to check. These. Oh, she comes home today. Okay. I thought she was back yesterday. Well, hopefully everything is going well for her. Hopefully she can manage without the extra effort of the morphine she was on. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, are you still at the hospital then? Just dropped in to say hi because you saw I went live? Welcome back, Doug. Thank you for joining. Ah! I did not mean to toss that. Oh, good. And awesome. I'm not late. I arrived precisely when I mean to. How's your weekend been, Doug? I'm actually surprised to see you because it's Sunday today. I figured you'd be in bed already. I need the bow and arrow. Oh, nephew's fine, but niece had to go in for some surgery, and she's just getting out of the hospital today. Yeah, she had a rough time of things. Fair enough. Well, it's always good to have you, Doug. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully she will soon. In the meantime, we can make lots of non-mean-spirited jokes at her expense. Oh, yeah, I don't have wood. That's unfortunate. Okay. He looks like that guy from the Iron Giant. Which guy from the Iron Giant? Because the only ones I can think of are the little kid, his mom, and the guy that let him drink coffee. But that guy's like really skinny and doesn't have a facial hair, as far as I remember. Oh, sorry. Gotcha. Are you on ad break too, Doug? This is what I get for skipping my intro this time. I should have done it, but I didn't because I wanted to make sure I got through this. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're still here then. Welcome back, nephew. Sorry about the ads. Usually I do my little intro thing so that nobody has to put up with them, but I skipped it today because after you left yesterday, I ended up getting myself killed and got really frustrated and quit after like 45 minutes. So for today, I'm just trying to finish up whatever it was I forgot. Somebody knocked and you got scared. Well, hopefully it wasn't anything too concerning, Doug. Not a problem at all. It's good to have you back. It's always nice to have you here. Ooh, cookies are nice. I want cookies. Okay, so maybe up here somewhere? Actually, I really want cookies now that you mention it. I should probably... As winter gets closer, I have to consider more seriously about stocking up, because with my health, I don't usually go outside in winter. Like, I take the battery completely out of my car. I can't really go anywhere. And as a result, what I end up doing is I try and stockpile for the winter. And I'll get like a whole bunch of canned goods and things that'll have a long shelf life, things I can stick in a freezer. And I think I could probably get the ingredients for cookies. They might not be easy to make, but I think I could get the ingredients for them. And the weird thing is, after after the lockdowns, things have gotten a lot easier because they implemented all of these these programs to have groceries and things delivered, yeah. And so I can always just order groceries now. It's not like I'm in such dire straits that if I don't pre-stockpile, I won't have anything to get, or I won't have food. It's just, it is slightly more expensive, and it's also a pain in the butt trying to bring things in. So I tend to avoid that as often as I can still. There must be a way up here. But I do try and get things like cookies or chips or whatever. And honestly, I have been looking into, or thinking about, getting an extra shelf just specifically for junk food to keep stocked. Because if I don't have something like that, there we go. Then all the space in my cupboards that needs to be kept for real food gets filled up. And that's no good. One cannot live on Doritos alone. Oh, speaking of, there was a brand of Doritos that they have relatively, like... Ooh, Doug, you're getting scared all over the place today. Hopefully everything's okay. They do have a brand of Doritos that I... Oh. Jeez, Doug. That's unusual. Maybe you're sleep deprived. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That's how I get up there. Okay. Where am I going? I can't go that way. I gotta go, ooh, up here. Is it there, maybe? It might be there. See, I'm at kind of an impasse with the game right now because I know that I have 2 of the pieces of the battery charger that I've been looking for so desperately. And I know one of them I absolutely have was the one from the well, which I was struggling with those pipes, so I remember that I got that for absolute sure. And then I think, because where was it? I actually did have the wiki open so that I could figure things out and not have to spend an eternity working. Well, that's not great. Hopefully the concerning things go away, for whatever they are that's concerning. So the first battery charger is found on the dock. I'm sure I got that one, which means the second is found on top of a housing unit on top of the mountain just above the docks. Okay. Which means I need to find... Oh, no problem. I was just saying, I very rarely get things like Doritos, but I went to a 7-Eleven, like the corner store, and they had this really pretty packaged one. This limited edition flavor, I guess. And I've forgotten what it is now, but it was yellow. The bag itself was yellow, and it had, like, fancy curls on it. Shiny gold curls. And of course I am a sucker for shiny, so I basically instantly picked it up. It wasn't bad. It was a little spicy. And I say a little spicy because I don't mind spice, but when things get so spicy that they overwhelm the flavor and you can't taste anything but the spice, that's when it's a little too extreme for me. I would much rather be able to enjoy the flavors of my food. I don't know about you, but a little spice is good, too much spice not so much. Doug, all men are secretly crows. We don't get women shiny things to wear because women like shiny things. We get women shiny things to wear because we like shiny things. And having them on our significant others is pretty and lets us look at them without feeling like weirdos. I'm sorry, that's the ironclad rule. That's how things roll. I don't think I've ever had spice itself have taste. What is that? That's the mayor's office. Yes, we are all secretly crows and barracudas. I think that's a good way to put it. Second is found on top of a housing unit on top of the mountain just above the docks. Okay, I think the docks are over here. I think those are the docks. So I'm pretty sure the last battery charger part is over here. But yes, crows and barracudas is an excellent way to describe us, to be honest. Like, I used to absolutely love... I don't know if you've ever seen... they used to have these little teardrop-shaped crystals that were just meant to hang in the window and would sparkle with rainbows all over the floor. And my mom had one when I was a kid, and I just loved looking at that thing. I am a big fan of, like, powerful colors from pure light getting spread all over the place. And I think you might have a harder time luring someone into a basement with a shiny thing. That's kind of oddly predatorial behavior to begin with. I think most people would be cautious. But I think if you wear shiny things, you will catch many people's eyes. Okay. Yeah, I know how unusual that people wouldn't want to follow a strange woman into her basement just for the promise of a shiny thing. Okay, it says on top of a housing unit, on top of the docks, on top of the mountain. Maybe up there then? Because I think these are the docks. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe you shouldn't, but if you do anyway, I suppose good luck with that. It's the best answer I could really give in this situation. Please don't kidnap people. Locking them in a basement is probably not the best idea. Maybe it's up here? It might be up here. Here we go. I would suppose being a decent person and not threatening to keep them in your basement forever. That sounds like a very reasonable way to get them in your basement. Because, you know, if people aren't scared that you're going to kidnap them, they're probably more likely to follow. At least that would be my first idea. I think that's a pretty reasonable statement to make. Okay, we're good. Okay, we finally got the last piece of this battery charger, which means I was never trapped in your basement, Doug. Never, ever, ever was I trapped in your basement. I know you threatened it. I know Grim fed that thought, but I was not. You know I am very stubborn when it comes to things like that. I'm gonna steal a line from Anchorman for the moment and just say, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So, I don't know what it's like over where you are, Doug, but the seasons are changing pretty quickly over here. And it hasn't been super pleasant. For me, with all my health issues, they kind of get worse as the seasons change. I can imagine. But, I mean, you lived in Canada for a good while, so I also imagine that you're either forgetting or at least familiar with the Canadian winters and how bad they can get here. Because I don't know for sure, but I think I would trade many Canadian winters for a French winter. I mean, you're welcome to prove me wrong. I don't actually know what a French winter would entail. Where's my boat? Where is my boat? Where is my boat? I need my boaty, boaty. Come on. During French winters, the morning is freezing and the afternoon is warm, and you get sick easier because you get this super quick wind blowing at all times. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. There's my ship. Okay. And I did get the next Tangaroa. Okay, cool. That is surprising. That is surprising. Although I haven't experienced winter in any other climates yet, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. So it's quite possible the Canadian winter isn't so bad in comparison. That's fair. I can understand that. Yep. Alright. Let's raise this anchor. Pollen allergies? Why would pollen allergies be a problem in winter? That's not trying to make light of it. I'm honestly curious why pollen allergies would be a problem. Wind and the winter isn't snowing, so a lot of the plants are still alive. Ah, okay, okay. That makes sense. That does make sense. Fill this. Empty this. Good. The wind makes it cold. It isn't cold during winter without it. Okay. Well, how about how cold would it get in winter? Because where I am, we get really cold here. With the wind chill, it's not unusual to get down to minus 56. I mean, that is kind of an extreme day, is minus 56. But it's not unusual to hit about minus 40 in the winter. So for me, it's surprising to hear about harsher winters or less enjoyable ones. I remember quite a few jobs I've had where, you know, you get up in the middle of winter to go, and without a garage, you have to go out into the freezing cold of minus 40 or below at 6 in the morning to scrape the ice off your car, and you have to start it and wait for it to warm up for, you know, 10-15 minutes before you can even drive off without being absolutely miserable. $10 to $14 above, and you're complaining about... Doug, do you remember Canadian winters? Like, I'm not trying to be mean by asking that. Genuinely, do you remember Canadian winters? Did you not bring that protection with you? And now, out of curiosity, are jackets a joke because people don't like wearing jackets, or because they're not jackets designed for winter? Oh, I forgot that piece was there. Not jackets designed for winter. Okay, okay. I mean, that's fair. I can understand that. Oops. I need to flip around. Rotate. There we go. What, wouldn't jackets made for skiing trips be, you know, pretty warm? I mean, again, this might just be the Canadian in me, but skiing trips are always pretty slow. Or pretty cold. No worries, Doug. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for hanging out for what you could. I hope you have a good night's sleep and a good day tomorrow. Not that one. I'm actually going to upgrade this too, because I don't want this being ugly. Fair enough. That is fair enough. So, a couple things we need to do here. First off, I want to build a little... I want to repair this, but I need an axe for that. But anyway, you have a good night, Doug. If you're still here, thank you for coming. I appreciate you as always, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Have a good night and a good day at school tomorrow. Or a good day in general tomorrow. I suppose good day in general is also good. Stone and 2 rope. Okay. So I should still have a lot of stone, which is good. Got my axe made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna chop this down because I need to put that in there. I want a nicer looking ship. It is pretty useless to have the ship looking nice. Like, it doesn't actually do anything for me aside from satisfying my own ego. But, you know, I may as well. It's not like wood is all that hard to come by at this point. Let's see here. Not that one. I need nicer ramp. Good. And I think it's like there that I need to put it. So a little bit more wood. There we go. And then put this here. I think. Yeah, probably there. Still need more wood though, so grab a little bit. I don't want to overflow my pockets too much, otherwise I'm gonna have trouble actually crafting anything, which is just a massive pain in the buttocks. And I'm just trying to get, well, first to refill my coffers, because I had to burn through an awful lot of resources on Caravan Island. That double death really did a number on me, not to mention a number on my sanity. So, gonna try and fix that real quick. This is what I need. Here we go. And on top of that, now that I finally have some of the things that I need, we're going to actually set this ship up a little bit better. There we go. Because if I have this here, I can actually look at the screen while I'm sailing, and that will help tremendously. Oh, where did the battery go? Here it is. Good, 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 good. It's a little island. I'm going to just avoid it for now. We're busy doing other things for the moment. Among those other things is trying to get my food situation back in order. I really kind of flubbed taking care of that for the moment. And I do need lots of food preserves, like a good healthy size of potatoes growing at all times. Otherwise, I end up in a very bad situation. I need more water. And I am very much looking forward to getting some more advanced technology that will help automate a lot of this process. That should be far enough. We'll take this down. Good. So I have the battery charger. What does it take to make it is the question. Battery charger, battery charger. I don't even really know where to build it. I could just be blind, but I don't fully recall. Purifiers, bottles. Oh, right. I need to research it still. I knew that. I knew that. Alright, let's have a look at the research table here. Zipline tool, I can learn immediately. The zipline I can learn immediately. I need titanium. Oh, you know what? I bet I've been needing a shovel. I think I've been neglecting to get the titanium with the shovel. Titanium ingot comes from titanium ore. Treasure hunting with a metal detector on islands, right? Okay. That does explain it then. And it means I will have to form myself a metal detector. Which means actually researching a battery. Okay. In that case, we're going to drop anchor here. I need... Oh, actually, let me get some food on while I'm thinking about it. And I need to make a battery, so... Here we go. 1 copper ingot. I'm pretty sure I've been leaving my copper over here. And I'm going to switch out these batteries and research the one that's partially dead. Because that seems like a very good idea. Unless I have one that's fully dead. Let me see about that first. I do have one that's fully dead. Excellent. We're going to do that one instead. There we go. So we'll learn that. We'll learn this, which is important. And now I need to build them. So I need a shovel too. I have the bolts, the planks. I need a metal ingot. Do I have any just ready? I do. Excellent. So shovel made. I'm not going to worry about this for the moment. And metal detector. Need a little bit more scrap. 2. Oh, I can just craft it. Okay. Excellent. Good, 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 good. And anything else? Now that I have this stuff, I should actually create a compactor as well. So where is my recycler? There we go. We need a circuit board, which is vine goo and I think just copper, vine goo and copper, and a little plastic. Okay. So I need to smelt up this copper. And once that's done, I can make the circuit board and eventually the compactor. Actually, if I'm going to be smelting things anyway, I may as well get the rest of this metal ore and start smelting this. And then maybe I'll put the compactor over here, or the recycler. I think it'll fit, maybe. Not 100% sure. But it will help tremendously with what to do with all these extra resources. In the meantime, I'm also going to make some more honey. Good. And maybe an extra water purifier wouldn't hurt. Ah, I need one more glass. That's okay, I have one more sand. As soon as this finishes smelting. I cannot wait to get the electric smelter, let me tell you. There we go. So, circuit board, good. And then recycler, you just have to go down here. Excellent. Oh, I think they made this smaller. Oh, interesting. That's not going to fit there. Maybe put you back here, because you make a lot of noise. And then I'm going to need more copper still. Because now that I can access a battery charger, or will soon be able to access a battery charger, I'm going to need some actual batteries to charge. I can split this. Good, okay. And I think if I do it that way, batteries are 2 each. 2 copper each. Oh, 1 copper each, okay. 3 scrap and some plastic. Okay. Why aren't you cooking? There we go. Copper, copper, copper. Here we go. One more purifier. Plank, plastic. That's not bad. Perfect. I'm actually going to put these like right here. Rather than being up top, I'm going to put them down at the bottom. Want to remove you. Good. They don't actually need direct sunlight, thankfully. So it doesn't hurt to just have them like over here with easy access to the water. And I think I can actually get the water from here, just to make things a little easier for me. There we go. Perfect. Now I can actually have a reserve, which will be very, very helpful. I'm actually going to move these out just a little bit. Put you, like... Yeah, I'll leave you there. That's fine. My copper should be ready. I think. Some of it is, at least. But I ran out of wood, so we're going to have to go take care of that as well. Hopefully I don't fill up too much. Good. Oh, overfull. Which is fair, to be honest. Like, that's not surprising at all. The only annoying thing about this is that there's no way to move things into here in bulk. You literally just have to do every single button press that you need. I'll keep the plastic for now. I'm just gonna munch on some of these potatoes. I don't need good food at the moment that will also consume clay for the bowl. I just need enough to keep me moving around. Let's see. There we go. Oh, wrong door. And what did I go for? Oh, right, the copper. I have one more piece of copper I need to pick up. There we go. Now, can you imagine how awful this would be if I hadn't overstuffed my production values? I'd have to be smelting each piece by itself every single time. And that is not a fun experience, let me tell you. It takes forever to get anything done. Consumes the same amount of resources. This is just much easier time-wise. Alright, I don't want to bring those. Put the stones away. Oh, right, I do need a new bow, though. Because unfortunately, I keep dying. And when I die, I lose the bow and all the resources that I used to make it. Very frustrating. Okay. Thankfully, I've picked up enough junk that I haven't had to make these out of new pieces of metal. They've just kind of been available to me, which is nice. I like not having to burn resources that I've had to spend time collecting. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. I'm gonna go put this in here. Where are we? Here we go. And it will kind of automatically compact things into trash cubes, which I can use on large islands. And that will be super helpful. Let's Put some more potatoes on. Gotta cook up soup. And it never hurts to have a reserve of cooked potatoes ready. If for no reason other than eventually you run out of clay and you don't want to go grab more. Oh, actually, I should just leave these here. Because I don't need to bring them. Not those. I don't know what I did with the rest of those potatoes. That's okay. I'm kind of full up on inventory slots here. I guess I'll just make a new bin here. It's 1 scrap, some rope, which I do have on me, and some plastic. That's not bad. Oops. Here's my plastic bin. Perfect. So this is going to go up next to the compactor here, because this is also going to be where I put the battery charger itself. Now, in my initial designs, I actually had 2 rooms that were meant for animals. One for dodos and one for llamas, but there wasn't really a point to it. So I am foregoing that in favor of just having a trash compactor room, because that is a much better use of space. I need some arrows as well. There we go. So planks, stones, and plastic. Oh, nope, not you. Drop the anchor. Plastic, stones, and planks. Here we go. More plastic. Which, just looking at my supplies, maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to compact everything. I am kind of running low on plastic and stones. Not that I compacted the stones, mind you, but... Can I make another beehive? Plastic, clay... Oh, I can! Excellent. Aside from the lack of clay, I might want to stop and pick some of that up while I'm out. Okay. Not a big deal at all. Now, let's lure Grace over to this side, because if I can get her over here... then when I run to this side, she'll be far enough away to get me to the island. Hopefully, before she actually catches up. Nope, she's just right here for whatever reason. Truly a grace. Alright. I have been thinking of changing my schedule lately. Like my streaming schedule. I was talking to Nat the other day, and she brought up a very good point of it might be the fact that I'm trying to stream every day that's kind of shooting me in the foot. Because when I stream every day, then it's not a rarity. People are like, hey, he'll be there. Let's go see this other person who was on at exactly the same time. Why am I chopping that down? I don't need to do that. And, well, that's fine. Like, I do miss my friends when they're not here. So, probably for the best that I limit things a little bit. And I'm thinking maybe I might go down to streaming like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. which I think also works with that schedule, which would be good. I gotta turn up the sound, sorry about this. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Now, how do I grab it is the question. Oh, I must need to dig it up more. There we go. Okay, give me titanium. Titanium ore, excellent. Okay, good. That is exactly what I needed. And I'm just going to go down and see if I can find some more clay. I don't super need sand, but I do need clay. And while I'm at it, if I can also grab some iron ore, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. I'm going to need lots of it. And it looks like both my air bottle and my fins are broken. So I should probably look into replacing those pretty soon as well. For now, it's not such a big deal though. Man, I should really make more of these metal hooks. I'm at the point where I actually can make the metal hooks without feeling like I'm shooting myself in the foot now. And they are such an advantage when it comes to trying to get things off the seabed like this. That I think it's absolutely worth it to invest in them. There is always a small amount of fear when I go down like this, or when I go onto an island and I can't see my ship, because if I have forgotten to anchor it, then the ship floats away, the island despawns, and I can never catch up to the ship. Partially because if I also wasn't aware of where it's sitting, I just won't know where it's gone either. And partially because it's just pretty fast moving in comparison to me. I mean, I suppose if I had lots of flippers, there might be a chance, but it would be pretty unlikely with how far away the raft would get before I'd catch up, or before the island would despawn. Good. Don't need any of those. I will still pick up a little bit more scrap just because I'm here. And there's nothing wrong with picking up sand because I will need lots for making honey jars. And honey jars are important. They create the biofuel needed to power an awful lot of things. Alright. I think that's good, so we're going to go back to the raft. And we'll set off again. I'm going to need a lot more titanium. Like, a lot more titanium. So we're going to have to make stops on a couple of different islands. But the good news is, if I don't need to go down into the islands, I don't have to get into the water. I can just dock my ship real close nearby. Where are we going? Down here, right. Because what I'm looking for is the... Where is it? can't remember the name of the thing that I'm looking for. I think it was the steering... Not steering wheel. Stationary anchor, throwable anchor. Was it anchor controls that I'm looking for? Oh, right. I haven't researched it yet. Engine controls. There we go. So I am going to have to sacrifice this ingot, unfortunately enough. Sacrifice it to the gods of research. Which I'm sure must have an excellent pun attached to it somewhere. I just need to consider what that pun could be. I was playing Final Fantasy yesterday, and I was joking around with some people in an Alliance raid, and for whatever reason, someone said, I would commission you if I could, or commend you if I could, and I said, well, just laugh at my puns and we'll call it even. And so I got to tell two of my favorite puns. Two of the favorite puns that I made, mind you. I have never heard them from anyone else, and that makes me happy, because I think they are hilarious. But, people in question were shaking their heads quite a bit after listening to the puns. Look, I find myself hilarious, okay? I can't help that. It's actually part of the problem with my health is coughing makes me laugh, and laughing makes me cough, and I find myself hilarious. And I have to tell the doctors that basically every time, and every time they laugh at me because I go into a coughing fit. It's not the best situation, unfortunately. I've run into kind of a weird situation lately, too, where my cough has been... I don't know if it sounds better or worse, but it feels like my throat has been very weak, which is not a pleasant experience for me, because I always feel like I need to cough, but when it comes out so pathetically, I'm like, ugh, that's not good. That's embarrassing. And you don't really think of coughs as being something that could be embarrassing. At least I certainly don't. So to have that moment is disappointing. We'll go with disappointing as the correct term there. Alright, put that there. And... maybe I'll put another one up there, because I need a flower box for this. There we go, small planter, plank, rope. That's not bad. I have both of those things in good amounts. And while I'm looking at it, let's grab these as well, which will also clear up that space for me, which is excellent. So I'm going to put this here. Actually, can I put this down here? I cannot. But that's okay. I can put it here, which would be just as good. Flower seeds. There we go. Water. I should probably look into what it takes to make healing salve too, but I think it needs like eggs. I don't really remember off the top of my head. And I may not have even researched it, to be honest. Okay, there's an island over there. We're gonna go that way. Perfect. Also, I think Grace ate the piece of board with my eagle or seagull nest on it. Oh well, not the worst situation. Not super fun, but not the worst. Let's go put some of this stuff away while I'm going towards the island. Beat, clay. Put the sand and the vine group back down here. Good. I should really look into getting a llama as well. That way I could make some armor. But it's not a high priority. Just something that could be done, really. Don't need the advanced collection net, but I do need the engine controls and the battery charger. I rewatched this really interesting video yesterday about how ships actually work, like the big sailing ships from the olden days. And I always find it so incredible how people were able to figure stuff out. So, for whatever reason, they learned in the past how the aerodynamics work of a wing shape with the low and high pressure areas over a wing. And so they applied that to a sail, which would have sails moving the ship at an angle even if they were sailing into the wind. It would pull them in one direction to the side. And then they put a keel on the bottom of it. They could lower a giant board into the water that would resist that sideways motion and instead convert it into forward motion. And the fact that they figured out how to do that still just boggles my mind. Like, that's so impressive to me. I know I shouldn't be surprised because society is built on the backs of these giants, but by the same token, it's still impressive. Because we think about what we need to do even when we're researching a simple project. Right? Like, we have to go to the internet. We have to have some sort of precedence or have someone that's already put some sort of effort into the research in order to make any sort of progress or headway in whatever we're working on. But they didn't have that in those days. There we go. And that is so tremendously cool to me. Ooh, that's a lot of titanium. That's awesome. The coolest bit, honestly, is that I still like to do that. Whenever possible, I like to go through and experiment and learn on my own. I don't like falling back on other people's research. So it's always interesting to me to see how far we've come and how much people benefit just from it, even in small things like that. Because really, without the sails and without the concept of having all of the those low and high pressure areas, without the knowledge of how that works, we wouldn't have planes either, right? Like, we'd just be forever land-bound. People had to think of innovative ways to use knowledge they already had. I think I want to make a 6th smelter. Because it's not hard or expensive, I just need to make more dry bricks. But that will consume some of my clay, and I don't really want to do that right now. Yeah, we're going to skip that. Oh, right. These are going to go into here as well. can go down with the other leather. Which is hilarious because we did not tan it. Oh! I have dry bricks. That's huge. Okay. Yeah, if it's only 2 of them, then I can sacrifice for that. And make the last wet brick. There we go. Just put you there for now. And then what else do I need for that smelter? 4 planks, 4 scrap, and 6 nails. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, I do need 4 scrap still. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. I still need to keep an eye out for new islands. I suppose I could just beep them, but this is only going to show the large ones. So I will ignore that. 4651. I'm not sure why it's got 2 dots there. That's alright. I'm not actually going to Tangaroa quite yet. I still have other things I need to do here. We will be able to soon, though. I just need to get some other things set up. Because these will be real quality of life improvements for us. Picking up titanium. There we go. I need a circuit board. And circuit board is copper, so I'm going to need to cook some of this up. Aren't you dry yet? Let's see here. There's not really a point in not starting some of the copper now. I can just get it going even if we don't have that 6th furnace yet. So, ooh, I actually have 5 titanium. That's nice. I forgot I just picked one up. What about... Where is it? The engine controls. Here we go. Advanced anchor and all engines. Okay, so I'm still short on titanium for that. Well, that's alright. I'm gonna need the vine goo. I'm gonna need some plastic. Still not dry. Just gonna drive me mad. And I need more planks too. Ooh. Oops. Oh, good. Another island here. I'm gonna pull myself just a little bit more that way. Dry it. It is not dry yet. And I need to put the planks in. Circuit board. Circuit board, circuit board. Oh, I need more copper for that. Okay. It's not a huge problem. There we go. Last smelter, just need one more plank. Perfect. Finally, the smeltery is running at full capacity. Battery charger. Do I want the battery charger first? I might, yeah. Not because I necessarily need the battery charger first, but because it will make me go get more titanium. Because if I just build the engine controls now, then I'm not going to want to go get more titanium. And then I'll just be up the creek without a paddle when I actually need the battery charger and don't have it. Which is a very frustrating situation to be in. I gotta get this copper out of here. Oh. I forgot I actually had 6 of those. Which means I should have the engine controls. Okay, I'm going to go back on my word. I'm going to make the engine controls now. Because I like the engine controls. They are handy. Ooh, no. Oh. I cannot wait for the automatic anchor so that I stop doing that. Right. Rocks, plastics. Palm leaves are one thing I can absolutely just toss in here. I don't really need more of them. Let's refill some water before I go. It's not a big island, but I mean, I don't want to run out part way. Oops. Hey, is that another watermelon? It is not. Okay. Oh no. It might just be on top of this island. Or on top of this rock, I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if they put it on top of the most frustrating piece here like this. Yep, here we go. There we are. And it's just a bunch of plastic junk. Yay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We got the engine controls. I'm happy with that for now. Plus I can just eat the food that we found, which is nice. I think we may actually start heading towards Tangaroa, because we're kind of already in that direction. I don't think I'll even really need to turn on my engines. I'm pretty sure I can just get directly there. I'm still not sure what this smaller dot is right next to it. That feels very odd to me. Oh well. We're going to start putting some of this stuff away again. And actually, I think I'd like some more torches too. The raft is just so dark at night. Planks and scrap. That's not bad at all. 2 more. You'd think these string lights would do something, but sadly they do not. We're going to put this one maybe here? Yeah, let's put it here. This will work. Good enough. That lights things up quite a bit. And I still want to complete the top section of the ship here. Yeah, that was where we just were. Okay. Oh, wait. Is that a big island? Maybe? I don't care that much. It's not that big a deal. So we're going to put the engine controls right here. That's to drop the anchor, which doesn't work because we don't have the automatic anchor. And then forward and backwards. And what's this one? Oh, that starts the engines. That's right. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to forego that. Because truly it is not that big a deal. Why is it telling me 4651? There shouldn't be 2 signals from it. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to kind of align with it and see. Because it's on the way anyway. I don't lose anything by exploring that way. And I am curious. Curiosity absolutely kills the cat. Just so we're clear. Like, this may be a stupid and pointless exercise, but by the same token, I just want to do it. And because I want to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm a simple man like that. At the least, I am in much better shape than I was yesterday. And much less frustrated because I haven't died yet today, which is wonderful. I may not be doing that silly thing where or that I've talked about before, where if I die, I delete my world. But by the same token, oops, I still don't like dying. it is still a frustrating experience for me. So as often as I can avoid it, I do. Why is there no way to just toss these in? It would be so much nicer. I'm going to take this, actually, because I want to put these... hold on, sorry. I want to put it up top, and I just need to build where it is in order to accomplish that. So, you're good there. And there, and there. There, and there. I am so sorry about that large sound. I knocked my microphone off my stand and directly onto my keyboard. Not my smartest move, I will admit. Unfortunately, it was the one that was made. Okay. So why couldn't I put that there? I don't know. We'll see. Oops. Gonna have to get rid of some junk again. Stones, plastic goes in, not there, in here. Good. Planks I need. Scrap can go away as well. It is coming together. It feels like it is finally almost done, at least the major part of it here. Let's go toss these scraps into the back. Good. And I think I probably have enough space to put this up here now. Maybe one more back, to be honest. Well, maybe not. Because I don't really want to have this just sticking out. So this should cover it nicely. Perfect. It is kind of unimpressive as far as main masts go, but I mean, it is a mast. Now, what is that? Because I know that I've got the something on this island. Or some sort of island coming up. But I have no idea what this is. I don't ever remember there being like a secondary blip in the way. So this might be new? Or maybe I'm revisiting an older island that I should have been to? I'm not 100% sure what's going on. refill this is what I was doing. And I need some soup. Bowls, bowls, bowls. Here we go. And I don't have any more potatoes ready to go, but I can do this, which is just as good. For whatever reason, I can cook without missing a beat. Huh. How interesting. For whatever reason, it showed me the radio tower as well. I mean, whatever. It's fine. I'm not gonna knock it. It was on the way anyway. It just surprises me. It is also hilarious that this little tiny sail is able to move the ship like this. Because this is no longer a raft. This is absolutely a ship now. Which is exactly what I had been going for. So it's nice to see it all come together like this. And I could, I guess, turn on my engines to make this go a little bit faster. But there's not really a point to that because I'm still in the middle of prepping for the next expedition. So we're not going to do that at this very moment. What we are going to do is empty out these nets again. I am ridiculously hungry. I haven't really eaten today yet, and I should have. I think I still have some waffles. I might end up eating those. I really should have something more substantial than waffles. I just haven't at the moment. Actually, I should make my salad too, before those ingredients start going bad. I don't often get things to make salads, so I tend to forget that I have them available at times like this. But really, it's the healthier option. I just should. No question about it. Alright, we are really close to having this done. It's looking good. What does it take to make more string lights? I've forgotten. Decorations. Not much at all, actually. I'll do that. I like string lights. They're pretty. And I put them up just below the top of the board here. I don't put an awful lot of decorations on the raft, but string lights are one of those things that I'm like, yeah, I can do this. They are cheap. They don't really do anything, but they are nice. And it kind of makes me happy to see string lights. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience before where they just have the memories of like backyards with trees having string lights strung up all over them. In the camp or in the summertime, People are outside enjoying conversation, just hanging out. Pretty little lights in the background around a campfire. I like those days. I miss those days. I know they won't come back, but I do miss them. Things were a lot simpler back then. When I didn't have to worry about myself or my health or anything of the sort. Ooh, it was wonderful. Let's see. What's this one for? It seems to cost exactly the same amount. It doesn't really matter. We need a little bit more plastic is what I needed. Alright. And I think I only needed the 2 to finish this up. 1 and 2. Excellent. So we'll put the leftover plastic away. And I also want to see... We're not too far away from it. I think I might aim to get to this island, and then we'll call that the end of the episode once we get there, once we get to Tangaroa. Because we're getting pretty close to that time anyway. It's been about an hour and a half, and I try and limit these to 2 hours. So we're going to call that a good stopping point once we get there. And again, I do need to think a little bit more on my schedule. So if you're wondering where some of these episodes have gone or why I'm not uploading as frequently, if you're watching on YouTube, maybe just check the Discord if you feel like joining. I know I didn't do my usual intro, but that is the best way you can find out for schedule updates and things. Or I think I'll probably update my schedule in the Twitch bio as well. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I feel like maybe going down in the number of days a week that I'm streaming might be a good idea. So we'll see. I'll try and keep you updated. If it does change, I'll make mention of it during the next episode. But for now, I also just have to get the 2 episodes that... 2 or 3 episodes now that I haven't uploaded to YouTube running. I just haven't made the thumbnails for them yet. That's why they haven't gone up. And it's not hard to make the thumbnails. It's a little bit extra work that I didn't feel like doing these last couple days. So I'll try and take care of that. Let's see. There should be another one. Where? 1, 2, 3, 4 in. Okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world if these aren't completely synchronized for placement, but it would be nice to have them in the same place above and below. Throw these trash cubes up there. And we're almost aligned with Tangaroa. What's the point of these engines if I don't use them? I'm just going to put this forward, because every little bit of additional speed helps when you're trying to get somewhere. kind of want to move that a little bit closer too, but it's not the biggest issue if I can't. Take a little bit more just to clear this island. Do I still have fuel on me? No, I did put it in the tank. Good. Good, good, good. And you know what? I may as well. I'm not actually in a rush to end this episode. So I'm going to make sure I get the... If there is titanium on this island, I want it. And hopefully it actually will be titanium this time instead of that collection of junk from the last island. Plastic and copper and all kinds of useless things. There we go. Nope, it's another collection of useless junk. Yay! And it's not even metallic junk, so I don't know why the metal detector picked that up. To be entirely honest, that seems silly to me. Ow. I mean, it's a metal detector, not a plastic junk detector, right? Oh well. Oh, I shouldn't have left that running. Also, oh well. But it is vaguely annoying. Oop. That's what I'm getting hooked on. It is not phonics. It is a rock. I don't know if people even remember that anymore. There used to be that silly little toy to help kids learn how to speak and spell, or how to read, I think it was. It was called Hooked on Phonics. And I never had one, but I remember seeing the commercials for it. It was just a simple little electronic device that you could wave a little pen over when you came across a word in these specific books that you didn't understand. And it would read that word for you. So you could learn how to pronounce it. Or how to figure out what it is. Oh, I need to replace that battery. Thankfully, I do have a couple right now, so that makes it easy. Apparently, back when I was a kid, I wanted to read so badly that I would actually break down in tears because I couldn't. And I'm not talking about from a reasonable age to read. I'm talking about before I was old enough to even be in school. Like, I think I was about 4 years old. And from what I'm told, that was a thing that happened. And I always loved reading, so that was not unusual for me. I 100% believe that. It was just surprising to me that that's how it happened. How many kids do you know that would start crying because they can't read at 3 or 4 years old, right? But it does remind me of that silly video on, or that silly little meme video, where it's the little kid and he's trying to read. So he's able to read the letters, and he correctly reads out N-U-T-E-L-L-A, His dad says, "What's that spell?" "Peanut butter." Oh, hey, sailing. Welcome. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You are catching me right at the end of the stream here, but I appreciate you being here. How do you like my raft? Oh, it's going. Bit slow today, but not bad at all. I was actually talking earlier about maybe changing up my schedule from streaming every day to once in a while. Right? This is a very fancy raft. I spent a lot of time and resources on it. I put a lot of effort into trying to make it look like a ship because I thought it would be cool. Ah, here we go. This is the next story island. We still need to play Raft at some point together, because I think this is cool stuff that you would like to see. And no pressure, of course, like just whenever you're ready. You know I have nothing but time with my health. But this is a cool island. This is probably my favorite one. It's a little floating city trapped inside a dome. Well, I'm glad you have time again now. You didn't for quite a while. You were, like, really overburdened. Snowglobe is a good way to put it. Yeah. Alright. I just need to go find my way in here. How is everything going for you? Have you been having a good day? Anything fun and exciting happening on your end? I'm glad it's going well. Oh, yes, I have heard that there is football going on today. Whoa. How did the football work for you? Did your team win, whoever you were cheering for? Oh, I do have soup on me. Okay, good. I'm not a big sports ball fan, so regardless of what it is, I'm not overly attached to it. Oh, how badly are they losing? Like, can they recover? Oh, that's not bad. I may not be a sports ball fan, but I understand how that works. I mean, that's one TD and a field goal. And if they have the 3, that means they do have the conversion power for the field goal. That's a pretty easy tie-up as long as they're not failing at the basics. All right. We're just going to put this down here. Good. Okay. Well, as much as I appreciate you, it does not. No, I do not have a name for the raft. It is the good ship junk wagon. The shark has a name. I know I've told you before, but I call the shark Grace because I think Let's Game It Out was on track with that. But as much as I appreciate you joining, you have come in right at the end of the stream because I need to go get some food. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully we'll be able to catch up more later. No worries, man. I keep needing to catch more of your streams as well, but I think... did you go back to streaming on Twitch a little bit? Or not on Twitch, on YouTube? Because I feel like I've seen you live there again, and I thought you had switched over to Twitch. Which reminds me, just in case anybody is watching this in the replay... Where is my... Here we go. I got you, I got you. Shout out... Say... at Sailing Bandito. There we go. Perfect. That way if anybody's watching on the replay, they know where to find you too. Or hopefully they can find you. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to call it here. And we will have to catch up more later. You know there's that spot on my Discord for gaming with me. So if you ever want to put in like, hey, I've got time around this time tomorrow or whatever, just let me know. And we can work something out. Or DM me. That works too. Just help it or trying to make it as easy as possible. But yeah, GG. I will see you tomorrow or next time. And yeah. Have a good day. Bye-bye. I need to stop the stream. There we go.